In the succeeding pages there is an account of God and monads which will add much to the needed light on this subject. I cannot express them for lack of suitable conditions, which can only be had in the midst of religious calm, holy solitude, and beneath a more sunny sky than bends over us at the present writing. As the appearance of my dress faded away, and the truth, just faintly limned, flashed across me, I began to realize somewhat of the majesty of this thing called soul, and saw that while the dress was a mere spectral garb, so also were those of the little girl and the old man. They were illusionary, mere woven garments, nothing but appearances. And yet, had I been questioned in regard to the matter, while in previous state, I would have freely sworn that I saw was real, for then in my unenlightened state they were so. This suggests the subject of insanity. A man may be in the state wherein he can only behold appearances. To him they are real, to someone else they are false, while to those who can look over the entire ground both would be deemed right and both wrong. Man is the birthright a creator, and the law of distinctness forces his creations to resemble himself. If he is poor and lean, so shall be his natural and spontaneous outcreation. The highest happiness of man is found in the act of creation, whether it be a poem, picture, engine, system of thought, or anything else. Hence the enfranchised soul, dwelling in its real world on the thither side of time, has the power of assumption to the degree commensurate with the desire for wisdom, its determining motives, the good it has done, and the end use in its accomplished. It can, therefore, assume any form it pleases, but for the purpose of wrongdoing, or concealing its identity, it is utterly powerless in this respect. So that while it may masquerade as such as it chooses for its own amusement, that of others, or to instruct, yet A must forever be known as A, nor can A ever pass for B, save in cases of insanity, wherein A has a firm conviction that he is really B, in which case for the redemptive ends he is sometimes recognized as B till his cure is effected. It is in accordance with this law of distinctness that the righteous dead, who are really sometimes come back on visits to their former homes, always appear to men clad as they used to be when they are incarnated. They are compelled to do this by course of integral law of soul, so long as there is any on earth capable of recognizing them, or so long as the good descriptive portrait may exist. If the likelihood of identification does not exist, then the spirits may assume such instructive or beautiful forms as are either spontaneous expression of their interior state, or as the goodness may suggest, the unfolded wisdom prompt. Some of my readers may feel disposed to inquire, where was my soul when it made these interesting discoveries? The response is, not in space, not in time, for I was in condition above and beyond these. Just as tune is above tone, or as meaning it's above beyond, and the mere sound of the words conveying it. I sustain the precise relation to time and space and matter that heat does to cold, light to shadow, shape to essence, phantasma to reality, bulk to number, numbered to mass, or any two antithetical things whereof men may have ideas. I had become a resident of a new universe, differing as greatly from that upon which man's visions rest, as that itself is different from dreamland. My glad soul had crossed the shores of time and distance, and to the bark of its existence was fairly launched upon the vast ocean of a new eternity. O ye babblers of vain philosophy, who nurse folly for and call it wisdom, ye who are so deeply engrossed in nursing your pet theories, theories planted on nothing and reaching nowhere, what know ye really of the other stages of human existence? Nothing. Truly nothing. An echo, hollow echo, gives back nothing. Verily, nearly all your crude speculations and smooth plausibilities are as void of reality, are as hollow as the shell of an echo when the sounds have flown. Your fine-spun hypothesis concerning the origin of the human soul, its nature, and the mode of its existence subsequent to the physical dissolution are too meager and unsound. Void is a vacuum of substance and solidity, nor with all your loudly trumpeted knowledge of the state and status of the soul after its departure from the barbarisms of earthly life, to know the true social state in realms where civilization is first truly known. Have you much else than the faintest glimmering of the great reality? Philosophers, verily, much learned hath made you mad, else you would have assigned the human soul a better than a merely sensual heaven, where lust would be freely sated, and where appetite and its very gratifications constitute the sum total of enjoyment. What splendid conceptions! What a magnificent destiny! How worthy of the human soul! How great a reward for years of agony! O philosophy, how very lame thou art! Thou tellest man, through thy oracles, that the spirit home is situate upon the upper surfaces of the sun-dry zone girdles of the planet. And by the same rule we may expect thee to describe God as being so many cubits high and so many yards across the hips. Nay, thou mightest as well describe a thought as containing to so many cubic inches, and deal out music as if it were quart or gallon. Philosophy, thou art sick! Else thou would have found a better adapted home in immortal beings than the electric land formed of rejected atoms from the various earths.